Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 212 of Dissonant Waves. We're back. Ritz, Tricks, and Domino. Manny's fucking around at my feet.
Yeah,
Monty is right by me at my hands.
and I'm by myself at the moment. It's fucking cold. It's fucking windy. And I haven't turned the lights on, so it's probably about to get fucking dark. It's Halloween, baby.
Ooh, spooky.
It's a couple days away from Halloween, and I've only ever done trick or treating once, which wasn't really much because I just went around the area with my friends seeing if we could find people who would give us candy. We found a lovely gay couple that gave us brownies, so that was the highlight on that night.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
which
gonna
I was
have
more
any trick or treat.
I was more surprised that there was a gay couple in a highly conservative area, but
Well, it takes all kinds.
good on them. That's all I can think of. I hope they didn't find them.
Was that Tricks you're not going to advertise or advocate for trick or treating?
No, I'm on the third floor.
Fair enough.
Uh,
Take a real asshole to get up to you.
Yeah, especially since you have to enter a building that looks like a house.
That is a problem. Anyway, we have quite a bit to talk about this week. Tricks, you've done a thing. You picked the entire discography of R.M.F.C.
Yeah, it's like an album. It's like an album, a split, a single, and two EPs.
has anyone ever told you good girl tricks?
No,
Good girl.
There's
I have good reason as to why I picked them too, and I'm holding it in my hand.
High Volume 2. Club Hits, the album. The split with Set Top Box. And then some singles. I picked the Weatherday album, Hornet Disaster. And Chappell Roan's first EP, School Nights. And some singles from then and later. And Ritz, you chose Pensive's demo EP. Which has the unique distinction of having the first track be pretty much the entire thing, and then they do it again.
I think that's just the Bandcamp way that they've done it.
But it also doesn't make sense.
I'm pretty
it's 30-some minutes in total, but the first track's only 11.
I don't think so. Hold on, let me check that.
I listened to a 16-minute track.
Yeah, which is the EP.
Maybe
Okay, good.
Maybe I am just. Yeah, it's 16 minutes, not 11. I don't know where I got 11 from.
I think you did 11 because you counted. I think you counted all the minutes on it, but not the seconds.
Maybe it could be. And you also chose the new Tropical Fuck Storm album, Fairyland Codex.
Yes, I did.
Which I realize we have never really done that many Tropical Fuck Storm albums, despite covering them a good amount of times.
Yeah, we've done.
Yeah.
I think I would have put on. I would have put on their first album, wouldn't I?
Yeah, we did Laughing Death, but then we've done pretty much their EPs since then.
Yeah, I know we did the King Gizzard one. Did they have another fucking EP that we covered?
Moonburn and
the cat
Submersive
with
Behavior.
Moonburn.
Moonstick Pool.
Thank you.
Oh wait, no, that's Moonstick Pool is fucking Radiohead, isn't it?
Moonshaped.
That's
Pool.
the moon shaped. Yeah.
Moon-shaped.
Submersive Behavior was the other one.
Okay. It's been a while actually. Well, do we want to start with Tropical Fuckstorm?
Do we want to blow our load so soon?
Well, I mean, I have a take about Tropical Fuckstorm.
It doesn't matter when we blow our load. It's a week of edging anyway.
All right.
Okay, Tropical Fuckstorm. Fairyland Codex. It's the new album from Tropical Fuckstorm. It's the first one in a while to go back to that kind of album art that they had on the first album. I guess in a way it's kind of a bit of a callback to that. I picked it for reasons of this is an album that I need to try and listen to and get through and try and get my thoughts on.
That's it.
That's the intro.
Fair enough. I feel about Tropical Fuckstorm the same way you guys feel about anything John Dwyer.
Really?
Yeah.
My first instinct was to say go fuck yourself, so I guess that shows how I'm feeling.
Yeah. I can see where Trix is coming from, but I'm also more seeing where Dominic's coming from.
I quite like this album. I thought this was, of what we've listened to, this is probably their best.
I'm not sure if I take this as the best Tropical Fuckstorm album, even that we've listened to, because I do like Laughing Death quite a lot more. I kind of consider this kind of like with the Dust album, in which I think this is a really good album in the sense of listening start to the end. However, I'm also struggling to get a lot of moments, I guess, on it, which I would go and say like that's the moment from the album, or that's the moment from the
Oh,
album. Now,
oh
no, hold
man.
on, hold 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 on. I mean that in the sense of like there being that I guess like big kind of standout or what's the word, outlier in the sense of that. I think this has that kind of consistent flow that goes into it. That being said, I think in the sense of Tropical Fuckstorm, that kind of more fits their vibe. They are kind of more this very kind of slower, kind of darker sounding band. I'd like to say
Yes.
it's this has got a very slow moving, kind of haunting vibe happening the whole way through, which is
Yes.
nothing new.
Yeah.
I can think of on Brain Drops having the closer of Maria 63, which is this very slow burner. It has Joe Goddard's vocals on there, very kind of distressed the whole time. And I don't think in this sense though it's always too distressed. There's actually kind of a lot of near apathy kind of coming out of the vocals, if you get what I mean.
Sometimes I mean that's
Yeah.
that's kind of Garrett's style, especially here.
Yeah.
It's
What did I
more
say, Joe Goddard? I'm
languid
thinking, yeah,
even
it's Garrett Goddard, sorry. Yeah.
more languid than even some stuff on Tropical or Laughing Death.
Mm.
But oh man, as far as moments go, I just find some of these songs really spellbinding and captivating, like really really cool ways. Like the title track alone is just so rich and just so I don't know alluring. Just that hook of village in hell, village in hell.
I was just trying to get up the lyrics as well to I mean I should have spent more time in this album just going through the lyrics because historically Tropical Fuckstorm I've already nailed that one. Yeah, the one I was thinking of was Joe Meek will inherit the earth.
Also a really really good one. I think the second half of this album is actually amazing.
I'll just shout out the Rush reference.
Like Bye Bye Snake Eyes. Oh god, what a fucking track. Holy shit. The guitar on that, the strings they bring in on that. It's like a I don't know, not like a Spanish influence, like a desert influence almost that like really fucking shakes it up a lot. Like the fucking shrieking on like Moscovium at the end, murderous. There's so many good fucking moments.
I mean, I think my main kind of like take is that I think this is it goes with a lot of Tropical Fuckstorm's recent output, and it's a good thing as well. But also kind of like a hard thing is that there is a lot to digest, and maybe that's just a state of where I am at digesting things at the moment. But I feel like I just didn't properly give this enough justice to properly go through everything and go. Those are the moments. So I can just remember listening to this. I can remember all the vibes. I can remember liking it, and there's nothing in it that goes like, "Oh, that was too simple," or even "that was too crazy," or anything like that. It just, in a way, it always feels like a lot to properly digest these albums, and that's it's on me. But I really kind of wish I could remember so much more of this. Maybe it's the fact that that we're doing other albums. Maybe I just haven't given this enough listens. But it's also just not a new thing with Tropical Fuckstorm.
You feel like this consistently?
Yeah, kind of with their last bits of output. It's just that it's very hard to just digest it, and I can't think of a better word. So I'm just going to go around in circles using that word until it becomes the buzzword of the day, basically.
I'm surprised. I really thought this was like universal number one territory.
I mean, it's still up there because I enjoy this. I don't think it's my number one of the week, which sucks because I picked it.
I'm shocked.
Not even close to my number one this week.
Yeah, it's not that bad. My take of this is it's great, but it's a lot to swallow.
Like this isn't album of the year for me, but it's consistent enough and impressive enough. Like I think this, this I feel like this gives them such a shot in just every orifice of their body of a work that it rejuvenates them for me in a really cool way.
So that's beautiful.
Like we're talking, it's gonna be in my list. It's just a matter of where.
It's fair.
It's not a perfect album, like but I mean, like even the intro, Iru Kanji Syndrome, is just a great opener. It kind of gets you back in the vibe of like kind of just how you kind of expect the singing to go, with Garrett kind of just being like just his unique vocal style, just kind of taking you through.
Yeah.
As the album goes, it kind of splinters off, and you kind of get some of the female vocals in that really shake it up. I feel like in really cool ways. Just it's like there's no longer like a singular voice kind of driving things. It's like they're all kind of working together.
I mean, that's been a case of the past couple albums now, but yeah, I definitely can agree. I feel like all the different voices on here do get to stand out a lot more, say, than on Laughing Deaf, which is probably like the main comparison that we're doing here.
I mean, to be fair, I've not listened to the other two albums. That's on me, but
Yeah.
we didn't cover them yet.
And look, I have a feeling like to me on this album there is no "You Let My Tires Down," which Laughing Deaf has that. That's the that's an album where I think it has those more moments where I can go back and those are like, oh, these are the standout moments that happen in it. But I do feel like this is an album. The more that I give it, it will get that real chance for those songs to show up. Like it's not like I'm gonna say fully there aren't memorable moments on here. Like Goon Show is definitely a pretty memorable song on here, specifically because it's also a single and all that.
Right.
But that kind of slow marching kind of bass line that goes at the start of it, kind of it's creepy in such a good way that it draws me in. And those are the kind of moments that I can remember on this. Or I can really like draw myself to get attached to, I guess. I shouldn't say so much remember, more so as like been attached to.
Sure. This is like the most surprising reaction I feel like I've come across this year for me.
Truly, we are dissonant this week.
Well, we have it as probably 3 different takes here. We have Trix, who does not like it, you, who loves it, and me, who wants to love it more, but just can't get there yet.
And I don't hate it. I'm just not huge on it. It's competent. I can respect the artistry. It's just, it's I like it done different ways.
I wouldn't go as far to say like, oh, but it's competent. It's like, because every time that I've gone and listened to this, I think I've already said this before, but I don't care anymore. Like every time I listen to this is not something where I go, I want to skip this moment, or I think, oh, that's okay, but I'm bored of what they're doing. It's as I say, it's just I haven't processed it.
Which I usually feel like is something I would say. And sometimes that happens. I'm not going to criticize you for that. But I don't. I feel like I was so off on the vibes. I don't even know what the rest of this episode is going to hold for us.
I think my personal challenge to the for the end of this year is I'm gonna make sure that I've processed this album and give it the proper judgment that it deserves by our end of year episode.
Hell yeah!
I think that's gonna be my goal in this, because I feel like there's been enough albums on here where I've gone and said, okay, I've only given it a couple of listens, and there have been times where I say like, I can't really eat it or all that, but I still get enough of an idea if I wanted to go back to it or not. And most of those times where I haven't enjoyed it, or like I haven't processed it, I just haven't enjoyed it. But this is a proper rare case of I need to go back to it because I know I will like this album.
I can respect that.
Yeah, that's where I leave off with this at the moment. I would say I would go and see this live, but I'm pretty sure they all sold out.
I'm just glad that they're back.
Like they have multiple dates, all sold out. I mean, good on them.
Yeah.
God, who was it? Was it Fiona that was diagnosed with cancer a few years ago?
It was one of them, yes. I think
it was
so.
Fiona.
I don't know.
I was like, oh man, is this like going to be like a hiatus or something, and no, there was a little bit of a lull, but it wasn't that much.
No, I mean it's the first studio album in only 4 years. Everything else is like live stuff or EPs or like that.
I'm really glad that they kind of kept it going pretty faithfully. Like I'm super happy with how this has turned out.
Yeah.
Favorites for me, fucking Kanji Syndrome. Like up until Fairyland Codex is really good, but I think Fairyland Codex through the end is a great run of tracks. By Snake Eyes in particular just is a quite amazing, just lovely song.
You got a least favorite?
I'll say least favorite. I'll probably give to like Teeth March or something like that.
I'll put out the shout outs to the moments on this which are I am like starting to get into the whole like I'm processing those, and that would be in Goon Show and Joe Meek will inherit the earth. That whole charity chorus line that happens in there, was quite a fucking great moment on that. So I guess I don't really have a particular least favorite at the moment. I'm sure we'll get that on here. I mean, we'll see how I treat this. If I give it the proper judgment it deserves, I can see myself enjoying this a lot more and rating this kind of highly at the end of the year if I do give it its just desserts. But I also don't see it competing with the albums that I consider being the greatest albums this year.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I could be wrong. I've been known to eat my words.
I will throw a shout to Fairyland Codex, and then I will say a blender.
Okay. Now, I need to know, Ritz, what's above this for you?
What's above this? Perf Scrams.
All right. Talk about Pensive.
Yeah. So I knew I was gonna enjoy this the second that breakcore turned into Scrams, and this is just 16 minutes of really fucking good hardcore screamo shit.
It's almost fun.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it just doesn't drop off. I mean, calling this an EP or an album, this may as well be an album, knowing for fucking how long Scram shit usually goes for. I think they probably consider this a bit of a demo because it's called demo, but it sounds way too well produced to really be a demo. This is surprisingly clean, its production.
I will pretend that the first track being the way that it is intentional, and I will give them points for doing it that way. I think
for the demo full.
Yeah, for having demo full be the entire thing and then you just do it again track by track. I think that's stupid. Just funny, but also it works well enough.
Yeah. You could just listen to the album twice, I guess.
And there are notable moments, but I feel like, in the traditional hardcore fashion, a lot of it's just gonna kind of go through your head a little bit. So whether or not you're hearing it twice pretty close together, you're not always going to pick up on it.
That's maybe fair. Yeah. I don't know. I thought there was enough distinctiveness in the tracks here that it didn't really feel like it was a whole blend just to that 16 minutes. It felt like there was a lot going on in their sound. I mean, like obviously it starts off with what I'll call breakcore scrams, but it doesn't stay that way. It more turns. I mean, I'll probably compare that more like a bait and switch, like the Origami Angel album did. Where that starts off as like 30 seconds of trap before going into the pop punk Midwest sound that the band actually has.
Mm-hmm.
Dominic doesn't sound impressed when I compare things to his favorite album.
I just think it's funny that you did it and I did not.
And I guess, like I said, the more impressive moment, like part of this that I find is just how well tight everything is. It just sounds so fucking great. Other moments on it, like we've probably covered a lot of emo on this podcast, from what is pretty popular stuff to pretty underground stuff. This is perf-based scrams. It's so disconnected from the rest of the scene, just geography wise.
Yeah,
it only feels like kind of recently we've started to get some connection out to the perf side, but even then, that's just some. Like, I don't think any of these bands have ever played outside of Perth. It's one of the most isolated fucking cities. So it's kind of just wild to just go there and then find something like this of a band that basically has. I'm not gonna say no listeners because they've definitely got a bit of support coming up in this, but also not a lot.
Yeah.
There's only as much backing as they have, and yet it's just this whole DIY thing. It just sounds so fucking clean. That moment on, I think it's Sugar Doll, where it comes to those kind of more cleaner guitars coming in into those heavier sounds, just absolutely fuck. You can also tell how young they are when this ends with a fucking Adventure Time reference.
Well, that's what that's from. I did not.
Yeah.
You mentioned it. I should have put it together, but I did not.
Yeah, just
Hey,
come along
I
with
was
me.
Adventure Time was like my demographic. Yours too, Ritz.
It was everybody's demographic, but I don't think you find people my age usually ending their albums with Adventure Time references.
Just you wait. Next year, I'm gonna release an album that ends with an Adventure Time.
Yeah, but the closing moments on this Dominic is just Come Along With Me, which is the closing credits song to Adventure Time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen a little bit of it, but I would not have put that together.
You should watch Adventure Time, Domino. It's really fucking good.
Well, you know what? I was at a Halloween party this weekend, and I finally saw all of Over the Garden Wall. So I did see something finally.
Hell yes, Over the Garden Wall is great.
That was actually quite good. I enjoyed that. So I saw a popular cartoon from the last 10 years.
Yeah, well, this is a short, quick EP, demo, album, whatever they want to call it. And so going along into this one's kind of a bit hard to do, but
Yes.
it's pretty simple. I love the contrast that they do on all this. I love the actual screaming vocals just hit so fucking hard against everything. It just feels like the actual soft moments are just so beautifully soft, and the actual hard moments are just so crazily hard that just everything about this just goes like holy shit. And the fact that it's basically the first output from this band. It feels so, and the fact that it's all just so disconnected and stuff, and all I can think is just like, come over here, and like save the scram scene.
Show us how it's done.
This, yeah, they've. It's not when I say they nail it. I'm not gonna say this is the greatest scrams release of all time kind of thing, but like it's one of the better scrams releases of this year by
So
far.
what you're saying is the next time, whenever we interview an Australian artist on this show, you should be like, "Hey, how do you feel about Pensive? Do you know about Pensive? Listen to fucking Pensive."
Listen to Pensive. Yeah, basically, yeah. Listen to Pensive. They're fucking good. This just fucks. It's a lot simpler, I guess, which is why it's a lot easier to digest than the Tropical Fuckstorm out of my picks. But it simply fucks.
This threw up enough of a hardcore wall that I liked it, but I did not parse it as much as you did.
Well, there's only one question. Trix, did you start a mosh in the kitchen?
This actually went pretty well in the kitchen. I don't really have much to say because this ran together so much being one song. But I will give a particular shout out to the bass sound at about like 6 minutes 15 seconds in.
That would
Which should
be
probably
analog
be
slap, probably.
yeah. Either that or not Blammo. No, I think it's the end of analog slap. It's got a very deep bass tone that happens at it.
Yeah. I
Shout out
just
Drop D.
I will again
sounded
give,
like it was being run through Velcro.
I will again just give my nod to the fact that the first track is the entire thing, and then they just play the rest again. It's again not probably meant to be like this, but I'm gonna pretend it is.
My favorites of this are Vermin, just what a hell of a fucking opener. And Sugar Doll. Least favorite is probably Jeff Bozo, despite that being like a top tier name.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna assume Trix goes Blender.
Well, I'll just that one particular shout out I had, but then
Yeah,
I'll say
fair enough.
cheese sandwich.
I'm pretty
And I'll
blundery,
say
but in a positive way.
we're picking R.M.F.C next now, Trix.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So this was a band I kind of discovered around the same time I discovered Uranium Club and a lot of the other egg punk we've covered.
Which I think I mentioned that they've opened for Uranium Club when they played in Sydney, so
Yeah.
that makes so much sense.
It does. And the first song I heard from them was Feeder, and my exact reaction was like, "Holy fuck, is that a tasty bass riff?" And the big reason I picked them recently is because I've been listening to them a lot recently, and they inspired me to build a bass. I'm holding it in my hands right here. I built an 8-string bass because of they use a 12-string guitar on club hits, and it fits punk so well that I'm surprised I haven't heard it before.
So, I'll compare this quickly with Tropical Foxstorm in the sense of I think this is the description of a just listening in which I might not be able to tell you specifically individual moments and stuff that happen, but digesting the vibe is a lot easier.
Sure. I found myself really attached to one song in particular. I don't know if you two will guess which one.
Well, let's see. We've only got about 30 tracks to guess.
Let's narrow it. Let's narrow it down. Is it off club hits?
No.
Okay, I was gonna ask if it was an animal, but it's not then in that case because it's not
So
frogs.
it's not frogs.
It's one that I don't think
Hold on,
would.
hold on. Let me ask the question.
Okay.
Is it based off an electronic device or even an electronic device in the name?
No.
Okay, cool. Is it Greaser?
No.
Ah, damn. I used my guess.
I'm trying to think. I haven't guessed an actual track yet. I'm gonna guess it's Racer. Actually,
Oh, you're so close.
shit, it was the other song off Racer.
First world problem. First world pressure.
Yes.
That fucking beat got me really good. I imagine like a real happy puppy dog tossing his ass in a circle. That beat.
I mean, yeah, it's a good band. I'm lucky enough to have seen them live. They fucked then and they fuck now. Again, I don't think this is one where I find myself too attached to it, but I just know how the sound kind of goes as I listen to it, and it's this is a whole scene in which I don't go out of my way to listen to it like studio wise and all that, but when they play live and it's like a whole that's accessible and that's cheap and that looks there's nothing else that could overthrow it to go see. I happily go see the sound. I think we talked about it a bit last week with Alien Nose Job and comparing it with this whole scene that's coming out. R.M.F.C. I think has been doing quite a lot to build up this scene, specifically in Sydney, over the past couple years as well. Everywhere around, I usually only just see high praise of this band as well, which is usually a pretty good thing to see.
I will give a criticism in that I liked what I listened to, but I do not have a good sense of what their thing is. If that makes sense.
No, I get you on that.
Yeah.
Like
In a
Uranium
sense,
Club, you
they
get
are.
it.
Yeah, I think out of all the egg punk stuff that we've listened to, that last Uranium Club album is like the peak of it for me so far.
Alien Nose Job, you kind
Well,
of get what they're about. There's a lot of
this
songs
is
there.
pretty much just one guy.
Sure.
Keep in mind
For
too.
sure.
Like I think I don't know off the top of my head, but I think Club Hits is the whole band. I could be wrong though, but I know a lot of I think all of the singles and EPs are just Buzz, the drummer.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm pretty sure yes, the band is basically one person is basically running it and kind of doing the whole writing and stuff, but I could be wrong. That being said, other members of the band do have their own projects. I'm pretty sure 1-800 Mikey's the guitarist in the live cases, but they've also got
That
their
makes
own
sense.
project
One
as
eight hundred
well.
Mikey's great.
Yeah. I'm sure other members have stuff as well, but apologies, I'm still kind of learning a bunch of the egg punk in Australia.
We're learning it together,
But
bit by bit.
Yeah.
I agree. If it comes into what is this identity outside of it being egg punk, it's really this is good egg punk, and I think seeing it in a live setting was probably a lot more enjoyable, in my personal opinion. I think that's where you kind of truly get with the whole why is everyone flocking to this? But I'm also not when you say it kind of like that, it makes you think oh, this is crap listening to it. But it's also no, this is Yeah, this is kind of a genre where I feel people will go and say, "Oh, that's more egg punk and that's more egg punk," and they won't really care to go like, "Is it unique or anything?" They will just go, "Does it does it rock?" And it
And
does.
this fucks pretty hard.
It's good. There's not a moment on here where I can say like, "Ah, fuck, that was a drag to get through," because it helps that it's all very short songs.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
its whole discography was what, like 40 minutes or something like that, maybe a bit longer, more like 50 to an hour, I guess. But
50 to an
uh,
hour, yeah.
yeah, and there's a lot to go through. But it didn't really feel like it took an hour to get through. I was pretty fine vibing with this the whole time.
This killed in the kitchen. Everybody fucking loved it.
Everybody started fucking crowd kill to R.M.F.C.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, no knives would get thrown.
Isn't that good?
I
Debatable.
mean, you don't want to be downrange.
I guess it depends on who's in
And
range of what throw.
we should say as well with this discography, uh, two of the songs were released this year. No EP or no album, I think, is confirmed at the moment, but could obviously be on the way.
The random
Um,
single Reader was all right too.
Yeah. And as was the other one, uh, Access.
I believe that's on Club Hits.
Now I think it is. Now that you're right, yes, it is. It is almost 3 a.m. and I have had a long day.
We're getting there.
Yes.
But
yeah, I personally think this is like the true like
I come through this one feeling all right, but not like totally sold. I guess like it's cool, but I'm not. It's pedestrian, but in a better way than that.
Uranium Club, and then their last album was fantastic.
Oh damn! I cut out there for a second. What'd you say?
I said I feel like the first parts of Uranium Club were kind of like it's cool, but kind of a blender kind of thing. Whilst their last album I felt was like where it truly shined. I feel like this is a band that's gonna get there as well.
Okay, I can agree with that.
We'll wait for their next album.
See if they finally pull it together and give us that Uranium Club esque moment.
High praise for this band for me. I mean, they inspired me to literally build an instrument.
Hell yeah! Inspiration comes from all places.
Yes.
Right, cheese sandwich.
I'll go into favorites, least favorites. I won't be a fucking coward.
You were earlier
Okay,
today,
favorites.
so it doesn't matter.
Favorites for me off of Hive, Volume 1. I'm going to go for Robot House is my favorite. And The Source is my least favorite.
Okay.
Off Hive Volume 2, my favorites are going to be Feeder and The Clue. Least favorite is Mirror.
The Clue was all right.
Yep. Favorites for me off of the whole split. I listened to both sides. I don't know if you
Did
guys
you
did.
listen to all 3 tracks of each or just the 2?
All 3 of each.
Hell yeah.
And I think the cover on the set-top box side of them doing television, phenomenal.
Yes.
Least favorite, probably the second set-top box track.
The normal guy one.
Yeah. Won't give a favorite for Reader because it's just a single. Off of Club Hits, my favorites are Spectrum, Vanishing Isle, and I really like Frogs. I'm wearing a t-shirt with a frog on it right now.
That checks out.
No least favorites off of Club Hits. And honestly, I'm gonna put the new stuff as just my least favorite of their discography. It's all right. I like Golden Trick more than a Static Strife, but I like everything else.
I will say my favorite thing from R.M.C's whole thing here, I really like the split with Set Top Box the most. First World Pressure is my favorite track from them in general, but I also quite like the television cover, also their cover of the Set Top Box stuff. After that, I do like Reader quite a bit. I will say Reader's probably another good favorite of mine. My least favorite of the work is probably Club Hits. I want to say Club Classics, though I know that's not it. This is not a Brat reference.
This predates Brat.
I know. And the Hive stuff was alright. And the new singles, I think are higher for me than they are for you, but yeah. Otherwise, cheese sandwichy.
So, which one are we going into first, Dominic?
Well, let's just get the beat up out of the way here.
Please introduce it.
I wanted to cover the origins of Chappell Roan and get the latest on where she is now. We did School Nights, and then some accompanying singles, including School Nights, Love Me Anyway, and then new stuff like or Bitter as well.
All right, so I'm just gonna put this out
Sorry,
there.
Manny's
Just
having a thing
this,
here.
yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just gonna put this out here because I think this really needs to be importantly said. I think there is a lot of people out there that love to claim that they were there at the start of someone's discography and had been supporting them since the start and all that and blah blah blah. And then you get people who go like, "Oh, I miss the music they made back when they were this, before they were popular," to get very hipster. And it's beautiful to know that sometimes there are artists where you can truly say that if somebody does that, you can call bullshit because this sucks.
Yeah.
Ritz, here's a question for you. Do you think you and I don't like it because we're in straight relationships?
No, no, no. Chicks, this is too straight.
That's fair.
As again, when I was in Kansas City, the most I heard about this early stuff was, "Oh, Love Me Anyway is kind of all right." No one
Did
had
not like
anything
any
to
of
say
this.
about the early stuff.
Yeah. It's she definitely had a complete 180 on the whole. What music are we making? What personality do we get the music and stuff with Pink Pony Club, and it's so much for the better.
Yes.
I whilst I still am not as that hot on Chappell Roan, I think there are good songs and there are bouquet songs and all that. I can say that the Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, the worst song on that, is better than the best song from this, or from not only that early stuff. Even the two new singles which we're covering, which is the rest of it, both of them are better.
Oh yeah, The Giver
And
and The
one of it,
Subway.
and one of them's a fucking country song.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Like-
this is just so it's soulless comparatively. I don't know what's the reason for it. I'm not gonna bash too much. Knowing that Chappell Roan has put out good music, it's kind of like, well, if this is a label decision or her decision, I don't really even fucking care anymore because it's just like this is still the music that we got from this, and like this could have been made by anybody. And
Yeah, the best you can say about it is that it's trying to channel Lana Del Rey, like give it a twist of like Sia or something. I would compare it to Tones and I in a negative way sometimes.
yeah, well, I will in one way in which I think her vocals on this are worse. Like she puts an accent or like an over singing kind of thing on it for no reason. It's bad.
Yeah,
It's
which is why I
annoying.
compare it because I feel like Sia and Tones and I do a similar vocal stim thing.
Yeah, and people would like to say that Sia's never screwed up on over singing before, but I still remember the song alive, and my god. Oh. So yeah, yeah, I'm
It's shocking
very
how
glad I
different
get to hate it. Yeah,
the turnaround is.
I'm glad I get to hate popular stuff again. It was looking dire for a minute there.
And like the other singles do not really help super much. Like again, "Love Me Anyway" is a forgotten song that originally came out after Pink Pony Club, but has since been kind of like, yeah, Pink Pony Club came later. No, it didn't.
Yeah,
It was a 2020 single. It was the change, and "Love Me Anyway" was just kind of there. Those songs are
yeah,
whatever. "The Giver" and "The Subway," that's where it's at. Those are so much better. They show off so much more personality. Where this EP is stuck in this molasses of like the other stuff is like light and like moves.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if straight up, if she had stuck with this music and somehow gotten popular from that, she she would not have the same following.
No,
She would not
Monty, you
have
can't eat
this
that.
much. She would not have people go like, "Oh, this is like." I don't think she would have Poptimism work in her favor if this was still the stuff that she was putting out. And Poptimism has has really given rise to some absolute crap.
Sometimes you need to have that experience of this is what the big label, the big time is like before you can kind of hone in on what you actually want to do with your music and your art.
And let me put out, I'm not really a big fan of the Giver or the Subway either, but just the difference in quality from those two singles comparing to everything earlier, it's just night and day.
I mean, I like them. I'm not going to say that I like them like compared to some of my favorite Chappell Roan songs. I think the Subway is good, the Giver is fine, but here they look like masterpieces compared to the early stuff.
Yep.
Oh, you Trix, have you
So naturally,
have you heard this stuff too many times?
Yeah, I think just having to hear Good Luck Babe fucking 30,000 fucking times that one summer has just permanently put a I do not give a single shit about Chappell Roan in my head.
you know what I'm going to do for you, Trix? During Laneway, I'm going to shout out at every possible opportunity for her to play Die Young so I can do it the whole time. Doing this for you, Trix.
She'd be like, "Wow, you're really a fan."
No.
She hears you like, "Oh no."
Oh no, she's done it.
But
I still like Chappell Roan. I think this is a necessary kind of thing to reckon with. Of like, hey, sometimes your favorite artist or your artist that you like not gonna always do good stuff.
I do think about Pink Pony Club every time I'm in our little prep cubby because we have pink peppercorns, and you can sing pink peppercorns in Pink
Yeah.
Pony Club's rhythm.
Pink peppercorns. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, and I just posted a meme about Pink's Polish dogs.
Amazing.
Yeah, I still could not give a shit about Chappell Roan.
Yeah, I'm not that dire actually, but I truly was indifferent about a Chappell Roan. I still think her best song was Red Rhine Supernova, and I'll probably die on that hill. Assuming as the direction that she's going in, which good for her. Get the gay cowboys as much as you want, but I think Ram Ranch is going to beat that all the time.
18 Naked Cowboys.
I think her album is so much better than what we have here. Obviously, the two modern songs, they're pretty good.
Well, I stand by that the album is not mid in the sense of like consistently nothing, but mid in the case of it has good tracks and bad tracks. But still, the worst track on that is better than the best track from this. So
I think that first album is so varied and has so many interesting tracks and interesting ideas that I would not be surprised if the second album was a really wide genre medley where Good Luck Babe and The Giver and The Subway can all exist together, like their own Pink Pony Club.
Yeah.
Obviously, if there's any tracks to give us a favorite to, it's The Giver and The Subway.
So, if I ever meet somebody who says I've never listened to Chappell Roan, I'm going to go, "Oh my god, you got to listen to this and make them only listen to this EP."
When someone
I can feel Dominic upset at that one.
When someone tells you that they're a Chappell Roan fan, you got to be like, "Oh, I love Me Anyway." What's your favorite part?
I love Die Young. It's so bad. It's so bad.
So aggressively mediocre and trying so hard to be something more than it is.
So I have a pure hatred for pop music, full stop, and then I also have a complete hatred for stuff that I feel like is focus grouped, and this just feels so soulless that it's one of the least favorite listens that we've done in a long time. I'm sure Trix can find something new though. Yeah. It's all shit.
It's easily
favorites has to be the Subway. Yeah. Favorites has to be Subway and The Giver, just because it's just night and day.
Yeah.
Least favorites, all of it.
All right.
Yeah.
And then that leaves us with the final one, Hornet Disaster.
Weatherday.
Our first time covering Weatherday, like proper year of release. So legendary part of the fifth wave emo scene. This is their follow-up to their first album in 2019. You gonna say Ritz?
So we'll compare it to Tropical Fuckstorm one last time, in which I said that was a hard to digest one, and this is also kind of a hard to digest one because it is just
Why the
way too
fuck is it
longer.
so long?
It didn't need to be this long. I someone just needed to go to Weatherday and just say, okay, you've had you've definitely have gotten quite a large profile, especially for Fifth Wave, deservingly so because you had put out some very interesting ideas into the scene, which has helped develop it. But somebody needs to tell you no, because this is a good EP that's
Ooh.
been stretched into a double album.
I think it's a good album that's been too bloated.
Yeah, I think it's a good album that's been stretched into a double album.
Long EP. I'll give it a long EP, but
think
I don't think it's enough that I loved for a full album.
if you cut it off at Nostalgia Drive Avatar and maybe shave a couple before that, I think you'd be fine.
I felt like this album didn't quite really know exactly what it wanted to be at times. Like I like Radar Ballet, but it didn't really need to be on here when you kind of also had the song. I think it was "Take Care of Yourself" does the same thing as it. So choose one or two.
But they do remaster Radar Ballet, and it sounds pretty fucking
Yes, I do agree with that. I do think the remastering of Radar Ballet is great. I'm still going to consider it like a 2021 song for that sake
good.
because I don't think there's enough changes to really go in there. There's definitely moments on this album which I did like. Especially the single, the kind of slower, more sadder. I would call it sad boy music, although I think Rubber Days are they.
Yeah.
Ripped Apart by Hands. That was a very somber moment on it, which I go like, yeah, I appreciated that. All the songs like Tiara on there, or I think it's Angel was another one that I liked. Like there are good moments on this album, but it's just so bloated, and I can't. It doesn't justify being a near 80-minute album because it doesn't feel
it
like
doesn't.
it flows like an 80-minute album. It feels like it's all these ideas just thrown out and put out as an album for the sake of, okay, here's what I got, let's just make an album now.
So there's a few
And
things to say about that, right? Like number one, apparently they wrote 70 songs and cut it down from there.
fuck.
But we listened to Come In, and I think Come In was good. I like what this has way more than Come In. Like I see the evolution quite clearly, but
I think I've got more highlights from this than Come In, but I think Come In flows and is a lot more consistent.
I think if you took out Hug, and you took out Hug, you pretty much left it alone until you get to like Chopland Sedans, and maybe cut one or two from that, and end it at Nostalgia Drive Avatar. This would be an amazing top of the year kind of album. I still really like this. I think Radar Ballet through Blood Online is an amazing high point, and Blanket is also really nice and cool. It's a little bit of a downer, but then you get like there are so many ideas. Like Heartbeats is a really cool one with like the claps, polka being like a whole thing in Swedish sounds really cool. But like just like when you get to that Chopland Sedans, where it's like those are also interesting ideas, but it's a little more like, all right, we've seen a lot. Let's rein it in a little bit. It becomes a little more.
The moment where they start talking Swedish and stuff, that was also like a highlight, especially since they are a Swedish band. But yeah, it's just like if 70 songs are created for this, that doesn't actually give me like the confidence of like that it probably should. It makes you just think like there was just that whole constant throw of idea, throw of idea, but no fleshing out of any of it.
Some of them are fleshed out though, like Green Tea Seaweed Seed. A beautiful track. It's like multi-phased, has some wonderful flutes on it. Holy shit!
So I shouldn't say any of it like it means no single song on here was fleshed out, but it gives what it's more saying. So I feel like there was just a lot of ideas thrown around though that I didn't venture into everything, but some of those were still put onto this album.
Yeah,
like I'm sure if we got all 70 songs, we might find as an actual song. Like the ideas that might be thrown around them might be fucking awesome. And that's regardless of the point. I feel like if we get those remaining 51 songs, we might actually only get like 1, 2, or 3, which you go, that was a good song that should have been on the album.
Or would it just be like a one-way G situation where they just kind of throw their hands up and I'm like, I can't do this to my sophomore. I just need to release it all. You figure it out.
Which, I mean, maybe at that point is probably what they should have done with this. I mean, it is. It's still a good sound that they have,
Yes.
Yeah.
but I just don't feel like it's being properly utilized in this, and I just don't see myself coming back to try and dig deep into this album to go and find those moments that I really enjoy.
I think the highlights are so high for me that I will still enjoy a lot of what's going on here. Because there is so much good here for me.
Mhm.
It's just that it's so marred by like things that are also fine, but like, I think Hug Where It Is really undercuts the album so much. Not that it's a bad song, but it just drags it down for one song, and then it feels like an entirely different album kind of just starts.
I will unfortunately die on a hill if I think there is a lot more that should be cut from this, and this is just a very unstructured, a very kind of it feels incomplete album that might seem complete just because of its runtime. But unfortunately, actually listening to it as a full album, it leaves a lot to be desired. That being said, it is saved by a couple tracks that do feel really complete and feel really good. You know, just despite Radar Ballet obviously being out for quite a while and stuff like that, remastering it to try and fit on this album all the time, it sounds fantastic. I liked it back in 21. I still like it now. Yeah. Uh, favorites on this: Radar Ballet, Angel, and Ripped Apart by Hands. It's hard to really give at least favorite because I feel like it's gonna change if I listen to it again. So I might just agree with you on Hug.
Right?
Yeah.
So I forgot to mention, but the mixing in some of these songs are very muffled
I
as
think
well.
that's
Yes.
probably the hey, this took like 6 years to make. Some of these
I'll have
tracks
a
are
word
probably
about
not
that at
as
a
mastered
different
as
time in my
others.
life. Yeah.
Which,
uh,
if Radar Ballet is from way back then, you kind of wonder.
Yeah, but there's also another 2019 album that finally got its next installment this year that definitely took that long to make. That feels a lot more complete. And so,
Yeah, Mouse Tui.
like at a certain point, where you just go, I don't know if I can say that as an excuse anymore.
yeah.
Different bands, different artists.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say, Chuck?
It's art, yo. Uh, I'll go favorites for me. We'll go with green tea, seaweed sea, and I also quite like Blood Online.
Yeah.
Least favorite, probably Hug. All kind of clumped together.
I think Radar Ballet through Blood Online is the peak of the album. It was an incredible ride. I will also give one out to Heartbeats. That's a cool little nifty little track that is somehow strung together by just clapping. I don't know how they managed to make that a really intriguing track just through that. Hornet Disaster also is like a really good tone setter, really nice, wonderful guitar licks that stick out as hooks. But yeah, Hug I feel like is just ill placed and just really drags down what would otherwise be a stellar like 10 track like just fucking express through good ideas. All right, that is it.
We'll
Time to
rank
Rankings
rank.
of
this
the week.
mess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, bottom is the Chappell Roan EP,
Yeah,
without a doubt. Then unfortunately, I think after that, I'm gonna have to put Weatherday. Um, then I'm gonna put R.M.F.C. Then I'm gonna put Tropical Fuckstorm. Then I'm gonna put Pensive. I think that's it. Tricks.
Yeah, I'll continue with the universal number 3 of Chappell Roan. Then I think I'll I'll throw Tropical Fuckstorm and then Weatherday. I could see myself going back to Weatherday more than I can the Tropical Fuckstorm album. And then I'm going to throw Pensive and R.M.F.C up top.
Wild. For me, Chappell Roan, unfortunately, bottom number last universally. After that, I'm putting Pensive, then Hive, then Club Hits, then Hive 2. The split with Set Top Box above that, then Weatherday, then at the top is Fairyland Codex, Tropical Fuckstorm.
All right.
All right. Well, what are we doing next week, Dominic?
Well, we'll see what happens next week.
Yes.
But after that, it's kind of it's the Halloween season. It'll be November by the time we come back, but I still want to celebrate in a nice way. With that in mind, I wanted to go back to something that we really should have covered, but there really is no proper context to cover it because it's just weird and different. That, of course, is going to be back to Black MIDI. It is the Black MIDI Anthology, Volume 1, Tales of Suspense and Revenge. Hello.
All right.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, so I
we're
want to make
waiting
sure I
for
was
the
still
next
being
thing.
heard and not...
Yeah, we're waiting for the next thing for you to say.
Yes, alright. After that, because we're covering Black MIDI, we're going to finally cover Black Country New Road, Forever How Long. And
there we go.
because we may have an interruption in things we will see, I'm going to throw in one more thing. It's going to be, pull up the link here, a mixtape from Lil Nas X on Maserati. The very first release by Lil Nas X.
And isn't he now incarcerated?
He was arrested.
That's,
Yeah, I don't know.
That's all I remember is that he was arrested.
You don't really know the full story and what happened with that. There is an EP from this year as well, which we probably will get to. But I think getting the full context, like Chappell Roan, we'll do the full image of who Lil Nas X was before Old Town Road.
All right. I'll go next.
Yeah, you go next.
So get ready, bust out your big muffs. It is time for some doom metal.
Okay.
Oh,
I have
wow.
two to three albums, depending. I have a contingency album. So we're going back and we're talking more about Electric Wizard.
Okay.
We're going to be covering their album Witch Cult today. It's technically only their second album we've covered. Legalized Drugs and Murder was only EP, in Domino and I listened to the full album, but Ritz didn't.
Sure.
The other guaranteed album I want to cover is Soma by Windhand.
Windham?
Windhand.
Okay.
I have links for everything already prepared.
Okay.
And the contingency pick is I Hate Gods in the Name of Suffering.
Okay. Deal here.
And we're just no deal. We're just listening to Doom.
But why is there a contingency pick?
In case we have
In
to
case
delay.
in case of an extra
right.
week. Yeah. All right. Well, I've also got a bit of a theme here. But I'll mention it after I've picked all of them, and I guess if we can see what's happening afterwards. So the first pick I've decided to do is by a band called First Kiss, and we're gonna do their album "It Takes 4 Minutes to Fall in Love." But then I've also got another EP I'm gonna pick up. It's by a band called Baby Chino, and it's gonna be their EP "Stomach Bug." And then, because I want to wrap it up with something in from this year, I've decided we'll go pick the new Daisy Picker album, Mess Around. Do you know what this theme is? That's right, they're all from Melbourne.
I feel like I've heard of Baby Chino.
There was joke later with that one, Trix. Dominic, I
Yeah.
think that's all we got for the next episode.
All right. We're really loading up here. And again is...
Yeah.
The Black MIDI Anthology, Volume 1, Tales of Suspense and Revenge by Black MIDI. Forever How Long by Black Country New Road, and the Nazarati mixtape by Little Nas X. That's my picks. Trick's picks are Electric Wizard's Witch Cult Today, Windhand's Soma, and I Hate God in the Name of Suffering. That's the contingency. And Ritz has chosen It Takes 4 Minutes to Fall in Love by First Kiss, Stomach Bug by Baby Chino, and Daisy Picker's Mess Around. Alright. That's going to do it for us this Dissonant Waves. Hope to see you next time. Thank you for listening and watching and interacting with our show.
Yes.
Goodbye.
We love you all.
Oh, my stuff's in the description below. My name is Dominic. It's in the description below. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Fritz is too. Tricks are as well.
Yeah.
You know where to find us. It's in the drop down box and on the YouTube site. Just go there. There are links.
Just go there.
But for all this time. Bye bye.